Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're doing another installment in the Luxury Will I Buy It series, but here on my channel, we add a little French twist. So for collections we do want, we say oui, but for collections we don't want, we say non merci. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. Will I Buy It is a series where you and I grab a coffee and chat about the new and upcoming collections on the horizon, because it's good to set a budget to just sort of figure out what is worth spending our money on. And regardless of how many of these I do, there will always be a million more products to talk about. Now, the first collection here, the first release, is very exciting, and this is courtesy of Amit Beauty Talk and also BT Kikom. All the blogs mentioned are listed down below. All the affiliate links are provided there as well. So this first batch here, this first collection, is from Christian Dior, and this is their Dior Show Monocouleur, and these are basically their single eyeshadows. Now I have a couple of these, they're fabulous. So they're coming out with, I imagine, a reformulation of the single eyeshadows and also some new eyeliners as well. So quite a few of you have told me you've been trying to find these single eyeshadows in person online. It's been very difficult. Here is why. This often happens. You see items sort of disappear and then they resprout again. So this here, I think that this looks very nice. I like that we see right off the bat lots of color. We see the beautiful blue, we see a green, but we also see tons of neutrals, some browns. I'm seeing a lot of like warmer browns. I would like to see something more cool toned, like a taupe, but right off the bat, I think that this looks nice. It looks like there's a little bit of everything for everyone. We see some more matte, more satiny, more shimmer finishes. And I don't know exactly, oh, there's going to be 14 shades. So 14 colors, that's a lot. Like I said, a little bit of everything for everyone, for every day, for work, for anything. And there's one in particular I wanted to mention here. So here's are just some arm swatches. Some of these do look similar, and I have to retract my statement because at first I thought that some of the browns were too warm, but some of the browns like the 481 and 573 look like just beautiful one and done, simple brown eye looks here. But the 658 and 755 are gorgeous. I think 658 is maybe beige mitza or 755. It's either one. I have one of the singles from the older formula that's really pretty. It's just a one and done, but it has a metallic finish. It has some oomph to it. It's so pretty. So here we can just see lots of different finishes and different colors. I think it's unfortunate that there are no single purple eyeshadows from the brand. I love blues, I love greens, things like that, but purple would be really lovely as well. And there are 14 new eyeliners available as well. These are waterproof in matte and shimmer finishes. So it's really just complementary to the single eyeshadows. We have the classics like brown, black, dark navy, dark khaki. There's light seafoam colors, we see purples, and the satin finish ones are also very lovely. The silver's nice, those light lilacs are pretty, but they would be very complementary to a nice purple single eyeshadow. So I think that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. I like the more gold, brown, satin colors, very pretty. I don't know about the eyeliners. I mean, the eyeliners look lovely, of course, but I think the eyeshadows for me are kind of calling my name. They're tempting me a little bit. I'm not exactly certain which colors. Possibly one of the more boring neutral browns, maybe a blue. I want to see some of the more metallic ones. Overall, I think that this is a success. It looks like a success to me. Obviously, it's not even out yet. It's meant to come out at the end of May, so that will come much sooner than we expect. The year is just flying by. I would say that for me, this collection is a oui. I will not purchase all 14 eyeshadows or all 14 eyeliners, but that is why we have the video today, so you can set your budget, keep this in mind, be mindful with your purchases for the next few weeks, because if you did see an eyeshadow here that you absolutely must purchase, keep that in mind. So I think for me, this is a oui. Time will tell which ones we get. And I don't know if these will be refillable, because a lot of products from the brand are refillable now, but I don't have any further information. So continuing with Amit Beauty, we have the new Hermès Beauty Summer Collection. Wow. Just this photo here, it brings me so much joy. Those clear blue skies just punctuated with those beautiful flamboyant colors. I just find it so aesthetically pleasing. Everything about this photo brings me joy. It gives me life. It's just this injection of vibrancy and color. Very stunning. I don't even know what I'm looking at other than some lipsticks and mascaras, lipsticks and nail polishes. So these are the Hermès, Rouge Hermès lipsticks. There's the matte edition. So all three for the summer are matte. We have one 41 Rose Pop. That seems very familiar. I think that these are not new colors. 44 Orange Neon and 47 Cinematic. I swear I've seen these. It could be just the packaging is limited edition for the summer, but I swear I've seen these. I love all three. I would need to try them out. I love a pop of color for warmer months. It's nice when you're wearing sunglasses to have a beautiful bright pout. These are gorgeous. I have lipsticks from Hermès. They're really good quality. They're expensive, but they are very long lasting, very comfortable. Even the matte formula I think is very, very nice. And the nail polishes here, we have 36 Orange Tonic, 48 Ultraviolet, and 62 Electric Blue. I might be tempted by the Electric Blue. I love blue. Not that shocking. And I think, yeah, I just love the vibrancy. I just love everything here. I just think it's lovely. So these photos here, it's Amit Beauty Talk and also Voss magazine that they have the photos here. I think that this is very lovely. However, I think that this is a bit repetitious because I'm quite certain we have seen this before. Listen, it did bring me some joy. It brought me some happiness. Will I purchase this? It's a pretty big peut-être. It's a maybe. I need to see these in person on my skin tone to see how these look. But overall, I think that this is a oui. I just think that the execution is lovely. But let me know what you think about the repetition in colors, because that does get exhausting after a while. Moving on to Selena Gomez and her brand Rare Beauty. So I think Rare Beauty is honestly one of the few exceptions of celebrity-based beauty brands that I actually tolerate. I was highly skeptical when she first came out with a brand. I talked about it here in a Will I Buy It, and I was like, I'm not interested. And then I actually tried a few products, and they're quite good. They're very good. They're very good quality. It's Sephora brand, or like Sephora range, so it's high end but not the most expensive. And she has these soft pinch luminous powder blushes. These look very lovely. The packaging looks nice. I like the little shell. I think that these look like a sort of blush highlighter hybrid. It reminds me a little bit of Hourglass when they came out with those Hourglass ambient light blushes, you know, where you can just do a sort of 2-in-1 if you want. You can sort of simplify your life. Let me see if there's any more information here. Now these do have a shimmer finish, so be mindful of that. These are meant to be long wearing and have a radiant finish, a lightweight glowy blush with buildable, seamless, and silky color to keep you beaming all day. I imagine that these are quite lovely. I haven't tried them, but it seems to be going over quite well on social media. I've tried her liquid blush. Her liquid blush is very potent. I like it, but I think a powder blush like this might be easier because I did see the word buildable. And her liquid blushes, you have to use them extremely sparingly because they're so pigmented, they're so opaque. So something a bit more buildable might be nice. And I think that these look lovely. Like just the packaging itself looks very nice, very cute, very lovely. Obviously the models all look gorgeous, but it just, I don't know, I like a simplified makeup look where you can use this instead of a blush and a highlighter. So I think this is, well, honestly, I don't know. I just bought the RMS Beauty blush. I'm wearing Crystal Slipper. That's what I'm wearing as my blush here. And this is giving me that sort of blush highlighter 2-in-1. So I think in practicality, it's a non merci. I will not get these, but if I swatch these in store, maybe. Peut-être. Moving on to Natasha Denona. So she has here a new product that I think looks promising. This is the High Gen Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier. That's a lot of fancy words for a highlighter. This is a skincare infused highlighting powder that enhances skin with a silky soft touch and sheer luminous finish. I mean, the models look gorgeous, of course they do. They look really stunning, but it looks like the highlighter sort of melted into the skin. You know when you're wearing a highlighter and you can sort of see a stripe of like chalky highlighter? That's not, no one wants that. But this looks like it's like melted into the skin, which I really like as a highlighter here. So they have 4 shades, not that many, but they all look just seamless, melted into the skin. It says here that this can be applied under makeup for a natural radiance or as targeted highlighter. Interesting, I've never thought of putting a powder underneath my foundation. I wonder how that would work. I'm really interested in the formulation. Like if I know it's a powder, but it says High Gen. So it's skincare infused highlighting bouncy face powder, captures luminosity of the best-selling High Gen priming serum, and it's a hybrid powder. So the lightweight formula features hydrating and oil balancing ingredients with non-pigmented emollient pearls to give a healthy glow from within look. The unique gummy-like texture glides effortlessly onto the skin for an incomparable smoothness. Okay, so it's a powder, but like sort of jelly, squishy. So okay, maybe you could try to wear it underneath your foundation, but this looks lovely. I like all the words, like the key words for me are like your skin but better, lit from within, blah, blah, blah. This is a peut-être, it's a maybe. Actually, no, it's a non merci. I just like, I mean, maybe, perhaps. Maybe it's more of a peut-être. It's just not something that's calling on my heartstrings right away. I think that this looks nice. I think that this looks lovely. I just, right now, well, I don't know. I like the idea of it melting into my skin. Maybe if I can see it in person and give it a swatch. But this looks lovely, doesn't it? Okay, maybe I'll think about it because sometimes I do add things to my cart after I finish editing the video, so sound off in the comments below. Moving on to Hourglass, we have the Vanish Airbrush Pressed Powder. So this is a pressed translucent powder, and there are a few shades available, but they're all translucent. So they'll have a little bit of pigment, but not that much, which is why there's so few available, which makes sense. Okay, let's see what the information says. This is an airbrush pressed powder. It has a sheer coverage, so that's why there is color, but it's really not that important. It's very sheer finish, talc-free pressed powder for an airbrushed matte finish. Interesting. Travel-friendly packaging that includes a puff applicator to set, perfect, and touch up on the go. Clinically proven to instantly reduce shine and absorb excess oil. Perfect for summertime. Sheer translucent shades flex across multiple skin tones, infused with microspherical powders, diffusing imperfections without settling into fine lines. Interesting. I love the idea of a translucent pressed powder because I love a translucent setting powder, but they're not travel friendly. Once they get jostled around, the first time you open them, it just sort of like puffs around in the room. So a pressed powder like this, I think that's fabulous. That's great for travel. It's great for on the go as well. If you want to just like touch up your T-zone, touch up your makeup a little bit on the go, I think that's lovely. I haven't tried a million products from Hourglass. I've tried mostly their blushes, and the blushes have been fabulous, but I've heard good things about the rest of their complexion products. Just very blurring, almost like a filter, very pretty. I think that this looks very promising. Maybe once it starts to get a little bit warmer and I'm feeling a little bit more shiny, I could give this a try because it looks lovely. I think that this is promising. Let me see. Okay, here's a photo of the model before and after. So she's wearing the translucent tan shade. So she looks just more matte, really. And it looks like there is a whisper of color in the translucent shades. I like that because I find that the shade range is more stretchy this way. It's not a hard and fast shade. I like that it's a matte finish, but it doesn't look to be too matte at the same time, because the model looks like she still has like some luminosity. It isn't shiny, but it's still bright. It still looks brightening. Sometimes a matte powder can sort of dull your complexion, but this looks lovely. I think that this is a Oui, but just not now. I need to, it's only April, so I just need to wait for it to get a little bit warmer, get a little bit shinier, and then I'll give these a try. Okay, so moving on to Byredo. They have the Mineralscapes eyeshadow palette. Now, this is huge. It's a gigantic palette here. I mean, I don't love a gigantic palette, but I want to share this with you because I just think that the colors are pretty. I love that there's blue, all sorts of blue, light blues, dark blues. We have some greens as well. We have some purples and very, very little warm, ready browns. Thank you, Byredo. I love this. I think that this is a pretty color, a pretty palette. It's limited edition and 18 shades. Now, 18 shades for me, that's a non merci. It's just too much. I don't even know where to begin using this. Like I have so much makeup that I know that an 18 shadow palette is just not for me. It's not my taste, but I want to encourage them in coming out with more tones in this line. And I also just love some of the purples. Like they're just grayish purples. I think that's lovely. Again, the blues and the greens, like there's some khaki greens. Some people like khaki greens. I think that this is nice. I'm just happy to see the tide turning. For me personally, in practicality, it's a big non merci, but I'm happy to see this on the horizon. And sometimes I share products with you that I know I will not purchase because we have different tastes, It's okay that we like different things, different strokes for different folks is the saying. Moving on to Victoria Beckham. We have here a new shade in her Satin Kajal liners. I've tried these. These are the Longwear waterproof liners. There's matte and shimmer finishes and a new jewel finish. And the jewel one is a bit more sparkly, a bit more metallic. And I've tried a few shades. They're lovely. They're incredibly creamy. It's an eyeliner that you barely touch on your eye and it just glides across the lid very nicely. It also has a little sponge tip applicator, so you can do eyeshadow with the eyeliner. It's one of those multi-purpose products. Gorgeous. And we have a new shade here called Seafoam. It's a matte pastel green. I guess, summer 2024 is the year of blue eyeshadow and also the summer of possibly seafoam minty greens as well. You can see in the photo here, they did what I was talking about. They take it and you can turn it into eyeshadow. So you can just smudge it along, or you can use your finger to blend it out, use the sponge tip applicator, whatever. I think that this looks lovely. I just don't think it's for me. I mean, I have a bunch of blue makeup right now that I'm happily enjoying. I don't think I'm going to get this one. I'm very happy to see that. I'm happy to encourage it and to see more of it, but I just don't think that it's for me. But if you like seafoam minty greens, I think that this is probably something you'll like. And in general, I just really like the Victoria Beckham eyeliners. They do not disappoint. They're lovely. So I wanted to share that with you. And then last but not least, we have a new bronzer here from Armani Beauty. So bronzer season has really started in full force. I recently picked up the RMS bronzer in tan lines. It's what I'm wearing today. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it so much. It's luminous. It's beautiful. It's natural. Like, am I wearing bronzer? Yes, I am, but it's very subtle. And it's just like bronzer season now. So Armani Beauty has this new one here. It's the Luminous Silk Sunlit Creamy Bronzing Powders. And these are an ultra creamy bronzing powder that creates an instant Mediterranean glow that will make you look like you've been back from the Italian coast. Please, yes, please, oui, s'il vous plaît. It's a smooth powder technology. It's designed with skin gliding oils for an incomparable silky feel. Blends seamlessly onto the skin to deliver ultra thin coverage. gorgeous, so pretty. Now, I know that some of you out there have in fact purchased some of these Armani bronzers. So if that is you, if you have tried these out, please sound off in the comments below and let us know what you think. I haven't purchased these yet. As much as I love this, like I love the packaging, I love the case, I love everything. I think that this looks nice. However, I have just purchased one from RMS Beauty. I also have one of the new Dior Glow bronzers that I just got. So I think for me, bronzer season, it's just at a lull right now. I don't need a new bronzer currently. I think that this looks lovely. So it's probably a no merci, just because I'm saving my money. I know that the Chanel Les Beige will be coming out at some point, so I need to save some money. I need to save some bronzer money for something else, but this looks lovely. Sound off in the comments below. Let us know what you think. Which collections do you think you'll be splurging on? Which ones are you saving on? If you're new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, make sure that you are subscribed, because a bunch of you who watch me are not subscribed yet. So just go ahead and pull the trigger. I promise you will not be disappointed. And I think that is it for today's video. Sound off in the comments below. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.